this concept will completely transform your entire life. It is the idea that your mind is obsessed with time, specifically the past and the future. And if you try to be in the now, in the present, just kind of like chill, your mind hates that. Because your mind wants to worry about the past, your mind wants to worry about the future, your mind wants to worry. When you start thinking about the future, you're either thinking that the future is better, so you don't want to be in the now because you want to get to the future. Or you're scared and you think the future is going to be worse, so you want to stay in the now, but you see it's fleeting so quickly, kind of thing, right? If you think about the past, you make it up anyways. Let's just be real about our memories. Our memories be jacked up, okay? And then whenever you get new perspective in life, like you learn a new concept, like these concepts that have been changing my life since my awakening in 2017, the past becomes different. The past changes. I'll tell you a story. I literally just figured this out like 2 weeks ago. But I had a boyfriend and he had these dogs, and these dogs, he didn't spend enough time with them, in my opinion, okay? And so they were in his house, and whenever he would get home, they would be so excited to see him, because they wanted to go out. Not just to go to the bathroom, because trust, they go to the bathroom in the damn apartment, okay? But they wanted to go outside and play around and play with him. So, I found myself going over there, and whenever I would go over there, this dog would bite me. Literally. And then my boyfriend would be like, oh, he's just jealous because I'm spending time with you. And then that is what it is, but I ended up feeling bad about that, right? Like, I felt like, oh, well, why don't you spend more fucking time with your dogs? That's what I really thought. But, I was trying to be super nice to the dog. I would try to be like, why don't you guys realize that because I'm coming over here to your apartment, he is spending more time with you, so you should love me. Why are you biting me, right? And it was never like a really hard, like bite with the teeth where I'm like bleeding or anything like that. I wasn't even afraid of them. Like, they seemed like they liked me. Anyway, so the other day I was talking to my uncle, and he was showing me some pictures of their new dogs, and they're blue heelers. And I was like, oh, that's, my boyfriend had those dogs, but they always used to bite me in the heels. They would just like constantly bite my heels. And then my uncle was like, yeah, that's what they do. That's how they got their name. They're called blue heelers because they bite heels. And I was like, but he said that they bit me because they were jealous. And he said they weren't jealous of nothing. That's what they do. They bite heels. My world changed. And that's just one memory. Think of how much information, of all the jillions of information there is to know in the world, how much you personally know. Not even how much humans over time collectively know. But just you. Oh, well, I know everything because I have the internet and I can find it out. Let's be real. How much of this shit on the internet have we found out isn't even necessarily true? So all I'm saying is, our mind is very active, and it's constantly wanting to draw our attention to the past or to the future. It's scared to death of the now. Because right now, we don't need the mind. Right now, ask yourself the question, what is lacking right now? Nothing. I don't know how I got here. I don't know where I'm going. But I know that right now, feels really great. When we begin to live in the now, to take the meaning that our mind gives us on something and push it aside, we can become present to the moment, which is a connection to our inner being, a connection to the divine, a connection to the universe. For instance, there was a truck that just went by, and it sounded really loud to me. I don't know if you heard it. And my mind wanted to say, they fucked up my video. But I start to observe my thoughts, and I say, that's just a thought. Just like the truck itself, it's just a thought. I don't have to connect to it. Maybe you heard that video in the background and you thought, oh my gosh, her videos aren't perfect. She's not in the studio. I've been wanting to make videos forever, and I'm going to make a video because, fuck the trucks and the birds. People pay good money to be able to hear birds. I remember I lived in Oregon, Southern Oregon, in a mountain town for some time, and you know what I missed? The sound of bugs. They're not out there. At night, you go outside, it's quiet. Of course, except for Sasquatch. Out here, I can hear him right now, can you? All creative endeavors are said to be spontaneous thoughts, inspirations that come from a field, like a field of energy, like a field, like a place that's only accessible when you shut the mind off. Which isn't, I mean, necessarily, I don't know if it's possible to do that, you know, forever, but, and yes, there's practicality to using the thinking brain to, you know, perform activities like fucking math problems or something, but if you're like me, you let that thinking brain take over your whole life. And a real, true, peaceful joy and happiness that I've been feeling for the past 2-3 months. I don't need anything. Because in the stillness and in the quiet and in the gaps between my thoughts, I feel connected. And I believe that this is part of the awakening of consciousness that's going on in the world right now. And it's awesome if you're part of it. And it will be awesome when you're part of it. Because when the ego dies, when the mind quiets, truth can be heard. Love you.